guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Veronica. Today we're going to be doing my 30-week/31 week update. If you hear whining in the background, let me roll. Can you see him? See Dodger? I'm going to let him out, but he goes crazy while I film, so I need to be able to film for you guys. So I'm sitting on my ball because that's the most comfortable thing. I'm gonna go ahead and hop straight into this video because I want it to be a quick mini update. Take a sip of water. I look pale, but that's because one, I'm in front of my window, my mini windows. Two, I'm about to actually do my makeup for my baby shower. So, using my phone for my notes, we are still in our third trimester, folks. I'm in my 7th, Dodger, stop it. I'm in my 7th month of pregnancy. I only have 2 more months to go, but as you guys know, I am not going full term because the type of twins I'm having, their term is monoamniotic dichronic. The term is because the type of twins I'm having, which are monoamniotic dichorionic, something, mono-di, which means they're identical and they share one placenta. 2 separate sacs, 1 placenta. Because of that, the risk of TTS, which is twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome, which means one twin's bigger than the other or taking up all the nutrients. Also, the risk of being stillborn because there's only 1 placenta, so we have to make sure they're both getting enough ingredients, nutrients, and the risk for me as well, there's a lot of complications. For this video, I'm gonna focus more on the twins than myself, but I'll go ahead and say really quickly how I'm feeling. All my symptoms are the same: exhaustion, food, all that stuff is the same. I am craving. I did have Jimmy John's the other day. I finally just warmed up the meat. I was annoyed by it. Didn't taste as good warmed up, but I did it and ate it. So I think I got that out of my system until after birth. Nausea still happening, pain still happening. The ball is helping a lot. I have an appointment to see if I can get a prenatal chiropractor specialist to kind of crack and get some alignment stuff going. We'll see how that goes. And also, I had to take my 3rd glucose test the other day because with twins, which I didn't know, my doctor called and told me, the reason why he keeps having me test for glucose is because 1, I have a very strong family history of diabetes. Number 2, he said with twins, more of his cases than not get gestational diabetes towards the end. So my 2nd test, I missed it by 5 or 6 points, which I'm like, I'm good then, and they were like, no. So they made me do the 3-hour one. I got stuck 6 times because I have very hard veins to find, and so that was not fun. And we'll see what they say. I'm eating still normal because I'm like, I'm gonna enjoy this, and they did tell me it isn't my fault because, well, 1, I'm not eating just straight sweets all the time. But number 2, they told me it isn't my fault. It's because the pancreas is trying to produce enough for 2 babies, and then my placenta is having extra hormones come off of it. So twin moms have a 2 to 3 times higher chance of getting gestational diabetes and or preeclampsia, which my blood pressure has been, but my heart rate has been, like one time my heart rate was 140 or 130 or something. They're like, do you feel okay? I was like, yeah, I feel fine, you know. So my cardiologist said I was fine, so yeah. So that's all about me. And I'm craving a strong, hot cup of just coffee. Dunkin' Donuts is literally right downstairs for me, and I'm just like, which you can have coffee, but I choose not to partake of it, so that's just me. Moving on to the baby boys. So yeah, today, by the time you guys are watching this, it's their baby shower. So I'm super excited for that. It's all virtual. No one is here except for Lewis and I. So we're gonna just be hosting it in our home. and hanging out with my closest family and friends for about an hour, and that's it. I will do a vlog, but I'm not gonna do like, you're not gonna see the whole thing. It's just gonna be like clips and stuff thrown together. So you guys will see that. And not only that, the nursery is coming along. So we got in the second crib, the dresser, we're waiting on the chair, the glider, and some other big items to come in. But other than that, Lewis's main pieces are there, so he's gonna be busy this weekend setting it up. And I have to get my makeup together and move it to a different area in the house. Boys are 3 pounds 3. Baby A, I believe, is 3 pounds 5 ounces, and baby B is 3 pounds 3 ounces. So I have been so blessed that my boys are measuring pretty much identical, like spot on, even down to the femurs, the toes, the amniotic sacs, like all that stuff they measure. They're measuring within like centimeters or inches of each other, so it's really, really nice. And their weight is identical, so that means the TTS is not happening, which is great. Still wants me to deliver at 36 weeks, but we said that we would take it week by week. So my next appointment is next week, and I will be 32 weeks. And so from 32 weeks on, I have to go every single week. They're gonna measure me, take my blood pressure and all that. And pretty much the boys can be born within any of this time, but my goal is 37 weeks. I'm not gonna tell you guys that specific date because that's too much information, but the goal is 37 weeks, people. So they're still gonna be born before term, and I just want them to cook in here as long as possible without causing harm to all 3 of us. So I think I told you guys, but I don't know if I did, so I'm gonna repeat again. Doctor said I have to give birth in the OR. Not too thrilled about that because I wanted the ambiance, I wanted the dim lights, I wanted the aromatherapy. I don't even like, not that I don't care for like the oils and stuff like that, but I was like, oh, we're getting the aromatherapy going in there. I wanted soft music playing and just a great environment, because I'm already been praying like, okay, I'm gonna be comfortable, I'm getting an epidural, I'm gonna be pain-free, or at least, you know, very little, minimal pain. So it's just gonna be comfortable, calm environment. And they're like, boo-boo, sweetie child, you are gonna be giving birth in the OR. And I'm like, huh? Why? And so they pretty much told me every hospital that I go to, even if I tried to leave, I wasn't, but they're like, if you look up in the DC area, twin births, even at Johns Hopkins, which is like a prestigious hospital / university, you have to give birth with multiples in the OR. So they're like, this is standard practice, which it kind of stinks because I'm a first-time mom and there's not a lot of classes going on. They have 2 virtual classes, which is better than none, but it's like, I'm at the point now where I'm pretty sure I might pay for a class now, because I need Lewis and I to take another class on just childbirth, which we already took, but I want to learn more about bathing them and doing all that stuff. Like, I don't know how to do all that. And it would have been nice if we have been offered like all the virtual classes that they have, but they're only offering breastfeeding and childbirth, which again, I know I shouldn't complain, but I'm like, and the hospital tour where you get to ask, you know, what do I need to bring? What are your procedures? They're not doing because of COVID, so they don't want anyone on that floor unless you're giving birth. And you have to have a COVID test, which I'm not excited to get. So I'm a little bit annoyed with that because I'm like, okay, they said they're gonna upload pictures. And I'm like, pictures? We need, you know, a list of things. So I'm gonna call them this week actually, and I'm gonna say, hey, I'm a first-time mom and I'm new to this area, never given birth in your hospital, and I need to know what you guys like and what you don't like. So, and because we're giving birth in the OR, it's gonna be really hard for me to film you guys. Like, I think I have a little bit of a sneaky way to kind of get some stuff from, but Lewis is gonna be the person. So if he forgets or does something, then that's on him. but it's really not his fault because I'm literally giving birth in the OR. They said they're going to basically have me prep like I'm giving a C-section, but I'm not unless I need to. And then if I do, they're already ready. But they said there's gonna be a team for baby A, team for baby B, and a team for me, and they need more room. So they said I have no choice, which I'm like, but yeah, so whatever's safe, I've let that all go. You know, that's not important. What's important is the babies. So yeah, the boys are both head down. I don't know if they're still head down. They've been moving, but I swear to you guys, I could tell as like someone flipped before, because before one was transverse and one was vertex, so one was breech and one wasn't. And then when I went back in, I was like, I think they're both head down. And the lady's like, they're both head down, because I felt a huge like shift in here. So I hope they stay head down, but my doctor, I have two. I have a male and a female high-risk doctor I see. I rotate between the two of them. Female doctors are just so nurturing. I love my male doctor though. He's so like straight to the point, but female doctors are just like she was like, Veronica, I hope I get to give you, I hope I'm the one who gets to deliver you. And I hope she is too, because she's just so nurturing. She said there's no way to tell if they're gonna stay head down because it's early. So if I was near like 35, 36 week mark, she would say, okay, they're probably gonna stay head down. But because I'm still really early, I booked a newborn photographer. So I just have to tell her my induction date. I don't know if this is normal, but you don't, for our hospital, the hospital I'm giving birth at, they don't even talk about induction. I keep having hiccups. They don't even talk about induction dates until you're like right within 2 weeks. And I'm like, no. I'm a planner, I need to know. But again, I'm shooting for the 37th week. Literally the day of 37 is when I'm shooting for. But anyways, so that's all I have for the boys. They're doing great, they're measuring great. Yeah, I mean, they're doing fantastic. So overall, I think it's game time. It's time for me to get my hospital bag together. I did kind of freak out to Lewis because I was like, I feel like we're not ready. Like, some of these girls are posting on our Facebook group that they have nursery together. They're just waiting on hospital bag items. And I'm like, I haven't even started our hospital bag items. And I'm gonna order stuff for Lewis because he said he doesn't really need a bag. It's really me who needs a bag. Joke's on him, he's packing a bag. So I'll be ordering some stuff for him, like slippers and stuff. Maybe some extra like soft t-shirts and sweats for him to feel comfortable while he's basically sleeping on a pillow next to me on the couch. But let me show you my belly. Stretch marks are definitely here, you guys, as you guys can see. But I switched to a new cream because the Palmer's one, I was using Palmer's. I had an organic cream and then I switched to Palmer's, and as soon as I switched to Palmer's, I started seeing stretch marks. And I was like, is it just me? Or I don't know. And I looked at reviews, like bad ones on Amazon, and a bunch of girls were saying they never had stretch marks until switching to Palmer's. So I don't know what was in there, but I switched back to a different one and my stretch marks have been at bay. So my stomach still looks great. I'm accepting of my stretch marks, it's fine. So that's all for this video. Dodger's crying, so I'm gonna go let him out. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I'm gonna have more frequent updates, just so you guys can stay along the journey with me. And yeah, so next update will be at 32 weeks, and I promise I will post that on time this time. I am like a little bit behind, so when you guys are watching this, I'm already 31 weeks and it's the day of my baby shower. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.